Okay, back to seeing if I can remember what I did to Kamada yesterday. Let's see if what I learned sticks into my brain. Very, very important that we learn all this. And then the question of whether I want to optimize not 4 and or 10 alts at my final. Second one was wing it. Just remember that there's one bad line. That is what you call greed. Okay, it's a warm up. Ooh, that's ultimately fine. You can do that. Not what I usually do. Okay, this time I play smarter, right? Okay, this is the important one to see if I remember. Yeah, okay, I was... Gotta go back into it. Save one game, you're right. I only stream one game a day. I've never streamed any other game. Okay, this is to you what you already did the past 10. Well, that's hopefully a good news for Try coming out properly when it should. It's supposed to. Oh. I should do the third one specifically. That's the important one. I do quite enjoy the Kamado fight. Very, very fun fight. Ooh, what did I say about Badline? Okay, warm up. You still gotta remember how to get the fight down pat. I've only done one real day of these nons. Seems to be slowly losing his mind. From what you've told me about him, hasn't he always been losing his mind? Oh, Remy. What is that? What is that? Ozu? Right. Remember, Gon 2 is wing it, but you gotta go right slightly early. To always be prepped for the one slightly sketchy. Hello, Gypsum. Right, you gotta be careful on that low gap. There's so many nuances with that third one. Or that spell. Yay, I remember. Let's go. We're so bad. Oh yeah, the rainbow ring. Whee! It's a pretty simple attack. It's not that difficult comparatively, but I love this attack. Oh, I don't deserve that. This one? Right, this is the penultimate that I'm still unsure about. Yeah, that's why I'm unsure about it. Let me do the not 3 one time, and then I will go do some other thing. Oh, it's stressful, and I still gotta get more comfortable with it, but very Gucci. Now, time for everyone's favorite, Sonya. I love the Sonya fight. I do like the Sonya fight. It's frustrating at times as well. Like, Kamada, enjoyable. It's just like, I still gotta like learn a bit more, so that's like the only frustration with Kamada is like, but I still need to learn. This fight, I like the structure of the fight. I like a lot of the structure of the attacks. Straight for perfect head, there's no point. Like, I mean, I guess there is a little point. I could, like, do a bit more of her first spell, but I have a pretty fine enough ideas for it. Like, I could do for some Takane, but I'm not. Takane doesn't work. Takane doesn't have anything that worries me like Shina did. By the falling bell attack. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with me needing to practice mixing more. That just has to do with the fact that it's a stage 1, and that stage 1s are always going to be like that. Like, I've seen this in every single Touhou game I played. Like, Mickey is not even the worst stage 1 boss I've ever done. She's the second worst, don't get me wrong. Well, on the borderline between being the second and third. Probably depends on who you ask. Terrible line. I have to play more defensive, I forgot. Like, over 50%, close to 60-70% of this game's difficulty, of, like, the problems in this game, there's a world you could argue it's like 80%, but that might be pushing it, is Sanyo Stage 4. Right? It's Sanyo and all of Stage 4, including me tomorrow. Like, that's, like, a majority of the game. It's like there's nothing else that needs to be like everything else needs to get done. Everything else needs to be learned. But there's nothing else that's more important than this and Stage 4. And it's not particularly close. Like even Stage 5 as a whole, like Stage 5 has its problems. Like the stage section has some problems. Megamu has some things. I'm not, like, the most familiar with Megamu anyway. And of course, obviously, like, Megamu not too exist. But, like... And to be fair, you gotta comment on, like, the stage portion of Stage 3, too. Like, the mid-boss, the part before the mid-boss, and the spam after the mid-boss on this stage also came. So is Gatekeeper really that big a difficulty? I mean, it's the hardest Stage 3 boss I've done. By a notable margin. In fact, some would argue, it's either the second or third hardest Stage 3 boss, depending on who you ask, right? I think a lot of people would probably put her at third. Well, Touhou 20 exists. I don't know if people would put Naruto. I wouldn't put Naruto above Sanyo. But, you know, she's still relatively good. I can't say much there. But I mean, I put so much time into Sanyo at this point. Like, I put more time into her than anything else in this game. And my success rate against her, still got a very long ways to go. Like, that's the thing. I don't even have a 10% rate on Sanyo yet. Not even close. I have an over 10% rate of this attack. I love 2/3 movement. Why did I trap myself in the corner so quickly? Just to greed out a tiny bit of damage to get myself killed? Love that. No, you gotta get back over as quickly as possible to get your damage through. I don't know, in a world where you get one-thirded, I think you just gotta commit to the fact that it's gonna take 5 years. If the day comes where I get really good at Sanyo first spell, then life will be so much easier. And I'll say Sanyo's free. Besides this stuff. But like if the day comes, I don't deserve that. The upload emote to 7 TV. I think I've done it once, but I don't remember. It's been a while. She won't be, it's the unfortunate reality. Like, Sanyo is a very difficult boss. She's the second hardest boss in this game. In fact, there's a world I could argue she's the hardest in this game. I'm not at the point where I'm going to say that yet, but I think it's a possibility. Depending on exactly how consistent you can get at spell 1. Like, if this spell can be solvable, then you're great. Or at least it's definitely going to be easier than Misumaru. But if it's not, then she's probably harder than Misumaru. The inevitable reality. Now, this stage isn't harder than Stage 4 as a whole, because that's not true, but boss-wise, yeah. Like, I got done playing Mountain Faith, and Aya was the hardest part of Mountain Faith. There's not much... Like, Stage 4 as a whole, and it tops off with Aya, hardest boss in the game. Okay, and this fight... Ultimately, it's probably about as hard as Aya. Once I can get to them, by the end of it. But at this point, it's much more of a struggle bus than Aya was for me. We'll see how that is long term, but yeesh. You think Aya was hard to beat in POFD? I struggled with Aya back when I played POFD. Although I was notably worse at Touhou than I was now, but I definitely struggled with her a lot when I played that. She was one of my favorite fights of the game, because Wind God Girl is arguably the greatest theme of all time, but... Oop. Hate that. Like, she's not as hard as Aki is, of course, but, like, that's Aki. Right? That's Iki. If I went back to play Aya and POFD, I wonder how that would work. It would definitely be better. Definitely better at, like, crossing angles and bounces than I was before, but... It's still rather difficult. Because it's not just like it's bouncing, but it's also really fast. Like, here's the thing, I'll complain about the spell 1 being problematic at times, but, like, this non is the hardest part of her fight. If you're decent at the first spell. The first spell has a bit of a learning curve, but that second non is just absolutely disgusting. Like, the only reason Sanyo's not the worst Stage 3 boss is simply because Kagero just happens to be worse. Right? And you could argue Doremi as well. But that's not just because Sanyo's, like, easier, it's just that, you know, Kagero is designed as she is. But otherwise... Too much. Was a non? It's an attack that isn't a spell. So this isn't a spell card. This is just a basic attack. It usually gets referred to as non-spell 1. Usually shortened to non-1. It's a way to refer to attacks that don't have the names. Right? So, I was hoping I'd live this here. Because all of these attacks refer to spell cards, that the spell card's declared, it has a name and everything. So, and these are easier to refer to by name. Some people will just say, oh, this is Sanyo spell 1, it's her first spell. And then they'll refer to... And then, but like, this attack is a non-spell. A decent example as well is, we go to the mid-boss, this is mid-non-spell 1. Also, usually just shortened to mid-non. It's the mid-boss, non-spell. It's just a way to refer to attacks. Just to make it easier to refer to a number of attacks. Attacks don't have a name yet. Like, people usually refer to him as, oh, this is, you know, Misumaru non-spell 2. Or Misumaru non-2. Sometimes people will refer to them by, like, oh, this is, by, like, some other criteria. A common thing I remember when playing PCB was, some people refer to, I believe, Yuriko's third non-spell as Knife Non. Different way to refer to it, but... Because otherwise you don't want to be there and like, oh, what attack you doing? It's like, oh yeah, you know, that attack where with these talismans that are doing the whoop-de-whoop, and then they do the blah. Ah, still hurt. Not always that's not spell to spell repeating. Correct. Most bosses usually will go, on average, will go non-spell, spell, non-spell, spell. But that's not always the case. A lot of bosses will, a good number of bosses will end with, like, back-to-back spells. That's not uncommon. I shouldn't say most, but there's a number. Basically, every Stage 6 boss ends with multiple back-to-back spell cards. So let's look at this game, right? Mickey goes non-spell, spell, non-spell, spell. Takane goes non-spell, non-spell, spell. So Takane is a bit different. Sanyo is 3 non, 3 spells, all alternating. Misumaru, same thing. Megumu is not, though. Megumu ends with back-to-back spells. Ooh. For a case of spell first, not outside of the mid-boss. I don't think there's ever a regular boss that starts with a spell. So mid-bosses? Yeah, there are some mid-bosses that are just spells. and then those start with just a spell, but outside of those, there aren't any. There aren't any like regular bosses that start with a spell card off the top of my head. Also, I believe that mid-bosses are the only instance of back-to-back non-spells. There are a number of mid-bosses that have back-to-back nons, but I don't think off the top of my head, at least, that there's any regular bosses, main stage bosses. That have 2 non-spells in a row. There are a few mid bosses that'll do that. Ah, I cut back too quickly! Ah, Jimbo, you're such a pain. Yeah, every extra boss has a survival spell. And usually they're second to last, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's all. I was gonna say always, but there may be like one exception. But I believe they all have a survival. Outside of PC98, that is. I do not like the Jimbo attack. Although that's mostly because of what it comes after, but partly that's because of how Jimbo being annoying as well. Jimbo makes me want to commit violence. I fucking hate you, Jimbo. Why would you angle that Mentos to... Like, it's so infuriating how you get past the fucking... just... like, brutal yellow section. Love that section, by the way. But it's rough, and then you just get fucking Jimbo. And then you get that section after Jimbo, too, which also is... I like it more, but it's also a problem. Choosing UM. No, because whatever I pick would have a problem in it, right? Ooh, I did not mean to kill. Like, if I was doing UFO right now, oh, there would be a lot of other things that would be... But everything would have something. Everything has hard parts. Some of the games more than others, but whatever game I was going to next was going to have something that was going to be an issue. Every game has an issue that makes the game hard. Who'd have thunk? I fucking can't stand Jimbo, though. It's so fucking random with the Mentos. Oh, LNN would already been in the bag? No, it would not have. What are we talking about? Like, I love Pod. Like I say, it's probably my favorite Touhou game. But the reason I have not sat down to grind its LNN yet is simply because I know it would be worse than any fucking mainline game grind I could do. Like, if I decide to play Reimu or You Made Me, it would definitely make it better. But, like, it's that game is not friendly to an LNN. Now, you could argue that most I went too far there. Most Touhou games aren't friendly to an LNN, and that is absolutely true. Touhou is not necessarily meant to be LNN, which is why there's problematic parts in every run. But Pod is also on that list of, yeah, this game was not. What's the easiest mainline Touhou LNN? So for mainline, it would probably be a Wily Beast run. I don't know exactly the ranking of shot types in that game, but I believe it's a Wily Beast LNN. Whatever the easiest shot type in that game is. Again, I don't know for sure. I want to say it's something Yomu related, but I don't know for sure off the top of my head. It's just Wily Beast has the least really major problems. Like, of all the mainline games. Now, if you want to go outside the mainline games, really, there is actually only one game outside of which that has LNNs, and that is Great Fairy Wars. And Great Fairy Wars is arguably easier, although that probably depends on who you ask. It is very short, which helps out. And again, it's super route-based. Like, it's a game where if you learn the line for it, it's very consistent. Or can be very consistent. But it's probably harder than something like Wily Beast to get a line for, is the kind of the only debate there. But it'd probably be the easiest one still. Now, there is an asterisk, which is Sakuya A and Reimu A DDC. Might be the easiest ones. Those aren't games dependent. Those are just those shot types being broken. But DDC is not the easiest. It just happens to have two of the easiest shot types. Or probably the two easiest shot types. Again, asterisk. Opinions may vary. Although, if you ask some people, there's no opinion, it's purely objective. I love this section, but damn, why does it have to be brutal? At least, it's stage 4. This could be on stage 6. Oh, close. Okay, you know what? Let's just do our boy. Tell me what I say is correct. Well, yes, but also, what it often can lead to be is someone else said something, and their opinion is obviously 100% correct. So I will agree with their opinion. That's what I feel like it usually tends to more be, is someone else said something, and I'm going to agree with them. Because obviously they know what they're talking about. And there can't be any subjectivity to it, so it must be objective. Why is this stage so unpleasant at times? Used to go first, then be 5Bs on normal without using any bombs or lives then? I haven't done it, so it must be impossible. Yach. Okay, let's do the 5 in a row. Fuck, this is 35-second attack. I don't want to do 5 in a row. Too bad, you got it. Ooh, damn it, this is coming for me. Juan! Need some water after this. Fuck you with that. Holy shit, that was disgusting. Jimbo. Oh, that was not necessarily the line, but it's what happened. Oh, that was also good. Top right. Just away from there. I don't think so. Well, I guess here's the question. On the first half or the second half of the fight? Because if you notice, of course, that... This is disgusting, yeah. Just death. Hello, Glitcher. You notice he starts bouncing around here, right? He keeps zigging and zagging. He's a big zagger. He loves zigzags. And then right here he's gonna tap off and he's gonna go straight back to the top right? No, I could try to go up there right now, but it's not necessarily the best idea. Now, if you can get up there for this part, it's better? Asterisk? The question is, like, when could you get up there? Because you don't want to go up there right now. That's for sure. So you'd have to go up there here. But remember, the Mentos are aimed. At least the latter portion of them. Like, these early ones tend to be pretty staticky, but from here, they tend to be aimed in your general direction. So if you're up there, he'll shoot them up at you. Yep. You don't want to go up there right now. You put him too close. You don't want to jump up right now, so he goes back up there. And then there just really isn't a time to get back up there. You don't want to go up there in this gap. So you could theoretically here. Well, remember, here's the other thing. If you're top right, you still have to move around a bunch, because all the Mentos are going to be shooting at you. Bad line. Like, those teeth just spawned those two Mentos at a bad spot, and because I moved too fast, they just were at a terrible angle. That's why I love Jimbo so much. Again, there's not really a line to go up there. So you'd have to wait till he moves back on the second notch. But maybe there's a line there. I doubt it though. I feel like if there was a play there, people would do that. You don't want to go up there right now. Theoretically, you could try to weave up there right now, but in the middle of this onslaught, and then he dashes over, so you'd have to come back through it. Oop! That was close. Switch up to the 45 Street. Hello, appreciate it. I said hello, you left. So I don't know why I said it a second time, but... I could see it in the last, like 10 seconds. I could definitely see it. I don't believe in it, but I could definitely see it. There's a reason why it could very well work. I don't think it'll work. Specifically, I don't think it'll be better than the opposite. Yeah, because having to weave through that navigational field seems what I would argue as subpar. Although, of course, there's possibly a line where you bait it to the left or for earlier and then try to cut up right. Like, there's a potential there. But you'd have to, like, super fast. Let's go, just like, whoop. Then let's come back. Yeah. Seems too cursed. That was also cursed. What do you say? I go right, and then you made a picture with the arrow pointing left. What does that mean? Also, of course, there's another line to note, which is that it's way more comfortable to dodge bullets on the bottom of the screen than is on the top of the screen. I didn't move fast enough. Ooh, that was a really early time to go right. Oops. Yep. I keep going right, like, slightly too early. Ooh, wow. Because the problem with being at the top of the screen is it doesn't necessarily make your dodging easier. Because the Mentos will still be coming after you. Like, it makes, like, the very end section slightly easier. Slightly. But it's also, how do you even get up to the top? Because you can't go here. And you can't go here. So you can go maybe here. But is that better than the bottom is another question. Well, the problem is he's just coming right back over, though, right? Because he's going to the right, and then he just comes right back over. Like, we don't want to be near him, is a big issue, but, like... Like, if I try, I can't, like, if I go up there, I still just end up in a really awkward spot. No, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the bolts don't turn around. Maybe I should find this out. I don't like dodging on the top of the screen, though. Ooh, I didn't. Is this timing? Yeah, but how do you get, but you still have to get back down at some point is the other issue. And what's your reward, though, right? Oops. Like, what's the reward of being on the top anyway? Again, you're going to be having a lot of the same dodges. There's like a consistent line there. You go around, but as you can see, all the Mentos have turned around. And at that point, you're just doing what you're doing on the bottom, but at the top. And it's a lot easier to play on the bottom than it's the top of the screen. I figure out the reward. Yeah, let me get right on that. Like, there's a reward on one of these gaps on the second wave where there's an idea. Like, there's definitely an idea where on one of these late gaps, I could believe it. I believe you do some dash stuff. I don't think it's going to be true. I don't think it's true, but I could believe it. That there's quite possibly a line for it. But again, all the blue balls are aimed in your general direction, so even if you go to the top of the screen, they're just going to start aiming up at you anyway. This is why my movement has some calculation to it, to specifically try to get him to aim vaguely in the right areas. Yeah, I mean, the presses on bottom are not good. Don't get me wrong. Oops. However, there are a couple nice things about it. First of all, with this part right here, like, generally speaking, this is a very fine line, because the purple bullets are always the same. So, oops. So I ran into the bullets there, but as long as you follow this line, that bottom right hug always dodges those bullets for you. And so the trick is trying to bait the Mentos away from the bottom right corner briefly to give yourself the line. This is why we hold over here as much as we can, and then dash down here to make that as consistent as possible. And then he goes up, and as long as that worked fine, then him pressing you in the bottom isn't that intimidating, as long as that works. Then this part becomes awkward. But it's less so him mating pressing you and just the Mentos, trying to dodge the Mentos at that point, because there's so many. Yes, there is, I believe. There are options. I can turn down, I don't know if I can turn down, not at least in this. I believe there are some other forms of, the prac where you could, slow things down. The problem is the Mentos, the blue bullets, are random. Their spawns and how exactly they shoot are random. The purple bullets are always going to be the same. You can memorize them. That's why this dodge right here with the purple bullets always works. But the blue Mentos, random. Where they spawn and the exact angles they have are pretty random. Because his movement is static, and again, the purple bullets are static, the pinkish purple bullets. So you can route all that to a T. You can learn the perfect manipulation for that. Well, it's not manipulation, because it's always the same. It's not even based on your positioning. But the blue bullets, not so. Unfortunately. Fuck you. Yes, I gotta get some water. I'll be back in a minute. Back. Game has a lot of Mountain Faith inspiration in terms of its raw gameplay, I should say. And the reason I say that is because very similar to Mountain Faith, it's got a brutal mid game and a relatively easier late game. Except, unlike Mountain of Faith, the mid game's more brutal, but the late game's a bit easier. Personal best so far? I have pace up to Sanyo Spell 1. No LNBs? No, I haven't gone for LNBs. This is actually an attack where if she gives you the 1/3 movement, I would argue it's better. Oops. Uh-oh, what's this line? Well, yeah, because right there, I can go up a little bit. I can't go up too much, because Jimbo starts to cut to the top right. But it's only gonna bait, like, a second or two's worth of Mentos. When my end goal is I want to end up on the bottom left anyway, and start baiting things that way. So I could go up and bait, like, a second's worth of Mentos above me, but that just doesn't equate to getting you enough. Sometimes I do dip a little high there, and I do go up a bit, kind of just based on what's around me. But this game's not a very LNB-friendly game. It's the reality of this one. It's a much more LNN-friendly game than it is an LNB-friendly game, funnily enough. Although, that's mostly just because it's so... Ooh! Not easy when it's hard. True, true, very true. People die when they're killed. Does that make sense? What do you mean, how does it make sense? If it's not easy, then it's hard. Or when it's hard, it's not easy. Not an LNB game, but an LNN game. Well, it's just simple, the process, right? Because the LNB is so bad. But why is the LNB so bad? It's power loss. The power loss in this game is so disgusting. Right? It really hurts the LNB. No card LNB. I should specify that. It really hurts a no card LNB because of how bad the power loss is. But if you're going for an LNN, you don't deal with power loss, right? So arguably the worst part of the LNB is not involved in the LNN. So, I mean, I don't think it should be referred to as an LNN-friendly game. It's just a brutal LNN. But, although, LNNs tend to all be hard. But, its scaling from LNB to LNN is different than a lot of games. Kind of in a sense of how Mystic Square has a really hard 1cc, but one of the easiest LNBs. Just due to the nature of how bombs are. In a game where bombs are the worst they've ever been, the 1cc is brutal, but the LNB / LNN, but the LNB is much easier in comparison. So it's like in this game, the gap from an LNB to an LNN in this game, I'd argue, is smaller than most, just because of the natures of it. So yeah, there's weirdness. I understand where that comes from. Like if you say it improperly enough, it almost makes it sound like the LNN is easier than the LNB, which obviously is true. Watching all the balls collect at the top during spell in. Do they just like hoard up there? Oh, I guess they kind of do, huh? I'd argue I'm not that far off the point where I'm going to be more comfortable on Misumaru than I am on Sanyo. Ooh, that was not a good line for me to have done. Don't try that at home, kids. How? What do you mean how? I'm getting to the point where I'm more comfortable with, where I'm more confident in my Misumarus than I am in my Sanyo fights. Doesn't necessarily mean that that Misumaru is clearly easier, but I feel I'm more comfortable at Misumaru than I am at Sanyo. It's like, this is the attack I definitely feel the worst on. Well, yeah. Oh, I panicked. Saw the line, but I saw it too late. I tried to force the right move. Well, like, I am way more comfortable with this if it's Broncover. They should have taken the 3 points. 4th and 1 with a backup quarterback. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing, Sean Payton? Like, what the fuck? Why are you going for it there? I mean, to be fair, it was probably Broncover the moment that Bo Nix broke his ankle. Like, gotta admit that one. But let's see, you're up 7-0 with a backup quarterback. Your defense is playing really well. Just take what you can get. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, but we've also, to be fair, we've seen the 3 points bite so many teams in the ass. Literally, this postseason already is like the only problem with it. Like, I understand wanting to go for it, but I say normally, I'm usually an aggressive go for it type of person. Like, if you tie the game, 40 seconds left on the clock, go for 2. Fucking, I love that. Like, I'm an aggressive play caller like that. But Like, it's like the second quarter. It's like you're up, like, by 1 score. Make it a fucking 2-score game. Your defense is Your defense literally gave up effectively 3 points the entire game, right? Like, the 1 touchdown was off that fumble that brought it to the 6. You can't blame the defense for that one. Just take the fucking... Oh. And again, if you have Bo Nix out there, I'm a way bigger fan of that call. Even if it doesn't go wrong. But it's your backup. It's your backup guy. Like, just fucking... I mean, I didn't have a lot of stake in the game. I'm not cheering for, like, specifically for either team, but... Like, I guess I was rooting for the Broncos over the Pats, like, a little. But, like, I don't have much stake in that end result. Guys from Denver. I say, my sister lives in Colorado. She's not necessarily a big Broncos fan, although she'll like cheer for them a bit. Like her and her husband, they moved out there. They're not loyalists to them, but like a lot of people they know cheer for the Broncos, so they'll cheer for them as their number 2. So I have mild allegiances to, like, you know, I'd like to see them do well, I guess. So it's like, it's mild. Oop! Yeah, 11 was the one who mentioned the idea for it. Dad hates the Seahawks. I feel for him. Hey, maybe the Rams will win. They looked good against the Seahawks the last 2 times they played. Cope and seize. Cope. keep coping. Now have the Rams looked good as of late? Not really. Not really. But, they'll turn it around for tonight. They'll turn it around. You know, on the road, clearly. Perfect time for the upset. Damn, what a wiggle waggle. Pretty cool for that one, not gonna lie. For the Patriots win. Yeah, but it's a completely different Patriots team than the one from the Tom Brady era. Different coach, entirely different roster, entirely different coaching staff. Completely different situation. So I'd also, if the Seahawks win tonight, I'd rather see the Patriots win. Because I think anyone is going to have a hard time beating. Fuck you! You hate them because they're good, yeah. I'd rather see the Patriots beat the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, because I think, going in, the Seahawks are going to be the hella favorites. Is my only hesitation. Here's this conversation. But, it's about American sports, don't worry about it. Oh boy, I just played a game of soccer on the kicky ball, mate. Hey, soccer passed baseball as the U.S.'s 3rd most watched sport. I saw that stat the other day. No, I'm pretty sure it's it's local, okay, national level, not the global level of soccer, but I'm pretty sure like watching like U.S. soccer has become more popular in the U.S. than baseball. Determines you dying here sometimes. What do you mean me dying here sometimes? Fireball. Oh no, it wasn't a fireball that killed me. It was one of the lingering red bullets from the previous wave got to me, and I was just oblivious to it. That's why I've died a few times. It's because I'm just certified brain moment. So his World Cup is only slightly behind on viewership. It's getting me. It is funny though, because like of all like the Americans I know, it's like my dad really likes soccer. Like he watches European soccer all the time. And there's someone that he used to work with. He's like a couple years older than me. That also watches a lot of like European soccer and stuff. So, oh, I'm in the trap. Whee! And like those two guys like love soccer, and like every other person I know fucking hates soccer, including me. Fuck you. That's the most boring of the 5 popular sports. What do you consider the 5 popular sports? Football, baseball, hockey. Hog. Like, when it comes down to sports, it's like, although I live literally northern U.S., I know a lot of hockey guys. My uncle used to play hockey. I'm not a hockey enjoyer personally myself. Hockey exists outside North America. First of all, Russia and Canada. Russia, Canada, 2 huge soccer places. Second of all, World Juniors every year. It's US, Canada, like Finland and someone else. And was it Sweden? And like Switzerland, I think, are like big hockey places. Like, there's a few of those there. I'm not a hockey person myself. I just know a lot of people that are. Like, you went to a race to see Crash. You don't have to watch hockey to see people fight. Exactly. I don't really care for hockey. Baseball, I have been to a baseball game before. And not only that, I was at a baseball game that had a triple play. It was like the 4th or something only ever triple play. And I don't give a shit about baseball. I think baseball is one of those boring. I think the addition of the play clock is one of the only things that has made baseball like not as much of a slog as it fucking ever as like it could be. Now, Wii Sports Baseball is fire. Wii Sports Baseball is hella fire. How long ago was this? I was at a game when I was in Chicago. Would have been like 10 years ago. I do not care for tennis. Tennis is also like just not my sport. Generally speaking, I watch I watch football, both college and NFL. I used to watch a lot more college, but NIL has kind of detracted from that a little bit, and also the teams I like have also fallen off tragically. I also watch college basketball. I do not watch the NBA. I don't give a shit about the NBA, but I do watch college basketball. Because March Madness is the greatest sporting event to ever exist. Just period. Like, it's not even close. No other event comes close to the first weekend of March Madness. Female tennis. Was even the point of tennis skirts? That'd be hot. NBA players food for them growing so tall. No, it's not that the NBA players are being like rigged to grow tall. It's just that they get all the tall people. I also watch, I know it's a relatively boring sport, but I watch the Masters for golf every year. I don't watch other tournaments. It's hard to watch golf much at all, but I will watch the Masters. I have a weird appreciation for that. You should have NFL players wear skirts. Ooh, a good idea. Like how they have like home and away jerseys, like oh the home team wears like certain jersey or something. Like the away team should like be forced to wear like skirts and thigh-highs. True, yeah, I'm glad somebody gets it. I got diddled. Can't real cheerleaders wear nothing but skirts like anime? Because real cheerleaders are paid to go on yachts to give sexual services to billionaires. You say they're there to support their team. They're distracting the enemy team. No, they're there because the millionaires and the billionaires watching sport want to put tits on their screen, so they pay people to have cheerleaders, so they can have tits on their screen. And then, so when they're on their private yachts, they can have the cheerleader teams come and give them sexual services. Okay, I haven't watched in a while, just because I'm, like, I used to watch it growing up with, like, my mom, my older sister, and stuff, and since none of them live around me anymore, I don't do that as much, but I always would watch the Tour de France every year. Yeah, the 6-needle dream. It's super important on this attack to make sure you get the 6 needles at once. I will say, I will usually shit-talk soccer. There is one time I like soccer. When shootouts are happening, love that. Absolute phenomenal sport. Unlike the once in every, like, 5 billion years when a shootout actually happens. Absolute phenomenal. But only then. Shootouts, no wonder, like, so, yeah. Yeah, this Nantu's kicking my ass right now. And I don't enjoy it personally. Oh, I backed. Okay, that was on me. That one's on me. Okay, let's reaffirm myself on these nons real quick, and then I'll go die to Mickey a bunch. Glad I'm remembering the first one very well. Although the third one is the hard one. Alright, bros. Well, getting bullied by Mickey does mean that if I happen to not get bullied by Mickey, I get to see the Kami. It's kind of the evil nature of it. Tsukasa, bro. You just saw, we already saw Tsukasa earlier in practice. I fought her once. Practice isn't real, you're right. Practice is made up by Big the Prac to get you to spend all your time practicing. Conspiracy theory. Ah, I went too quick on that wave. Tsukasa isn't a succubus? I mean, technically, no, but like, in all practicality. For spin, though? What are you referring to that to? Yeah, I just went too fast on that. What I did. Go. Ooh, nice. The spell you spit. What spell you... What spell? Oh, are you talking about, this one? Oh, are you talking about... this? If you're referring to this spell, I do like the spin, personally. Like, it seems like it makes the most sense to me. And from where I was picking up my brief strats from, although I was alternating it slightly because Reimu can play a little differently, Blue Bus does the exact same thing here. So that was just kind of like the line I was playing towards. That spell, Reimu gets a slight advantage over. It's one of the very rare homing Ws in the game, but Reimu will kill that spell a little bit quicker than other characters if you spin, because you have homing advantage. Don't have to... No, you don't have to spin, but I don't really... I don't like the non-spin. I'd rather spin, especially because you can you don't have to play as damage heavy as Reimu, because you can take advantage of homing. That's the nice thing. The name of the card we talked about, the one with play rand spells. I don't know. Didn't you say it was like a Monojaku's Gambit or something? You were gonna name it? No, the actual one? Oh, it's based off of Yogg-Saron. Yeah, Yogg-Saron Hope's End. And then there's other, like, Yogg-Saron cards that later had similar effects. Rod of roasting my beloved. That was on the second Yogg. Hey, 2.0 for the mid-boss. Huge value. It matters so much. Especially when you're gonna die to Nick Day anyway. You allow the card to be able to generate and play itself. No, I probably not, because Yogg can't do that. Because in Hearthstone, there's minions and spells, and it can't hit minions; it can only hit spells. So I'd probably say shouldn't be able to play itself. Although you definitely could make it play itself; it would be funny. But you don't have to do it either way. I would say probably not. Like I said, it would be funny if you did it. I'm not gonna sit there and like be like, "Oh, that's a stupid idea," but it would be really funny. But I'd probably say don't. Why do you have to move down? Where's the foreplay? You don't just go down right away. Good grief. Glitcher would like the second Yogg Saron card. That one's the best. Personally, of the Yoggs. Oh yeah, Modern Rune of the Archmage is the neat one. No use attacking me. I walked right into the bullet. Also, can you believe 11 that Game Glitcher just ignored you? How rude of him. He's just showing you cards. Mega Million play random cards. I mean, you shouldn't, but you definitely can. More funny cards like that. No, the best one to make is the second Yogg-Saron, the one with a billion random effects, where it could do a large variety of things. Where when you play it, it does 1 of 6 effects. Effect number 1, cast a spell at random for every spell you've cast this game. Effect number 2, take control of 3 random enemy minions. Effect number 3, destroy all other minions on the board and absorb their stats. Effect number 4, fill your hand with random spells that cost 0. That temporarily cost 0. Effect number 5, fill both sides of the board with random minions and give them rush. And effect number 6, Rod of Roasting. Cast Pyroblast randomly with random targets until either hero dies. That one only has a 5% chance of triggering. Okay, make sure we kill the blue guy this time. Wow, look how much easier it is when you do the right thing. Sorry, I'm just looking at something real quick. I just look at it. Can't make it once a game. Hello, Light General. What do you mean Nax is out? Is Naxxramas? Was this fucking 12 years ago? Oh, the chatters are getting too friendly with each other. I'm gonna have to start banning people. Hey, who's this weird guy whose name is only 0s and 1s? Probably just a bot. I could ban him, right? No issue. Eep! Eep! It's a lot easier nightmares. What do you mean? It's one of the best cards in the game. Made knife. Like, made meat. My attorney has recommended that I do not finish that sentence. Yeah, the four needle fairy. Oh yeah, it makes a huge difference. Thank you, homing. Very cool. $11. Here's all you gotta think about. We're 3 days away from getting Labby Try. Cool. Hopefully. Surely. Delayed last second. I mean, this is 3 pace we're talking about. This game's been in work in progress for like, what, like 10 years or something at this point? Try to edge Takane a little bit. Zero. But she's allowed to finish, so. Oop, right. Because actually meant to release is 29th of January 2027. Honest mistake, yeah. Dude, if Wednesday fucking morning he posts that he has to fucking delay the release or something, yeah, I'm gonna hear from a number of people some fucking angry words. I mean, hell, I'm changing my stream schedule just slightly this week just to accommodate for Labby Try. Can't wait for 11 to show up and spoil me on everything the moment I get home from work to try to start playing. Did you hear butt over here? Who dies in the fight against Sephiroth? Damn. Actually, Game Glitcher, I'm gonna need you to show up on Wednesday when I play Labby Try. Not because I need to get you to, like, play the game and love the game, but because I'm gonna need somebody who's not, like, a Labby enthusiast in there to counteract the fact that there's gonna be too many Labby enthusiasts. You hate your gameplay? Yes. I want you to come in and just start hating things. No. I want you around. Like a handful of Labby enthusiasts are fine. Just, you know, I don't want the Labby enthusiasts who are on their way to tell me the meta day one, right? I start ranking things immediately by what's like the best things in the game versus everything else that's mid. The best. No, that was a fine cutback. What am I saying? Fine. And if it doesn't have Labby do their library by Wednesday, yeah. Fuck you, you cocksucker. You've never played Labby. Listen, if I'm ranking my favorite games of all time, Labby 1 is definitely top 5, and Labby 2 might also be top 5. At the very least, like top 7. Well, the thing is that I don't care about the plot. Like, I don't care like who the people are gonna try to spoil on plot. Legal Agent, yeah, he's gonna try to spoil everything in Labby try. To be fair, me playing the game is simply gonna spoil the game for you, right? So. Although the good news is, you know, for people who are probably going to binge the crap out of the game, I'm only going to be playing like 3 times a week, so a lot of these people are going to be binging for several hours each day. Will be ahead of me, so you won't have to worry about spoiling yourself probably at a certain point. Oop, don't do that. Good job for Labby 3. I mean, I'm giving up on playing UM for a day to play Labby 3. Sacrilege. Technically 2 days, if you think about it properly, but... Dude, watch it just be dog shit, bro. Like, not even like it's a bug to the game, it's like, oh, there's some like bugs or something. Watch it just be fucking ass. Funniest possible end result? Question mark. Muscle memory. I think I'll be fine. I've taken 2 to 3 day breaks before, and been perfectly fine. In fact, I literally took like a 2-3 day break last month when I was sick. Stop giving me the sutra. Go a bit more. It's already close to 2 hours. Labby Tri comes out, it's just Labby 2, but like retextured. Oh, yeah. Oops. Ooh. That wave right before that, too. That was also not the best line. Oop. Saw the wiggle. Didn't do the wiggle. With the wiggle night bug. Okay, hold on. If you had to marry Wriggle or Mystia, who would you pick? Alright, see, I said Wriggle or Mystia. Anyone who enters Mystia, by the way, is clearly the wrong answer. Ooh, hard line. 2 FMW maps today. So Berserk Goku. So that to be a lot of days. I want to do 2 FMW maps, but unfortunately, the hour fucking long cutscene makes that hard. Is it TW Wriggle? Could be. TW Wriggle versus Izakaya Mystia. Which one would you marry? Oh, right, that's the second way. Izakaya Mystia is fucking rich. Yeah, but if it's just TW you're talking about, you're also probably rich, so. Plus, what are you saying? You're just a gold digger, 11? You're just gold digger? You're just after the rich girl, huh? That all you're after? Start calling you Game Glitcher now? Jar Jar Binks? Why are you sexually attracted to Jar Jar Binks, chicken butt? Heaven for Celestial Peaches, not for Tenchi. Ooh, wow, decent line. She moves on her own accord. She has a car? Interesting. Panic move. Actually, that's not panic move. That was just me. Execution side. Listen, okay, my sleep has not been the best the last couple nights, I will say, you know. The weekend is supposed to be good, but I was up till 1:30 and 2 o'clock the last 2 respective nights, unfortunately. Suboptimal, I know. Don't worry, tonight will be fine, Cope. Fucking out of there! Commission Wriggle keeps your blood-sucking friends in check, she'd be the better choice. I think she's the better choice, personally. I see the other argument, don't get me wrong, but... Couldn't find my way around. Okay, I do like 1 to 2 more. And then moveth oneth. Why did I go left there? Somebody answered me. Go to the tree, share your vegetables with the bugs. I don't particularly eat a lot of vegetables, though, I will say. Like, I eat a bit, don't get me wrong, but like, I do not eat a much. I will say, asparagus, though, is the GOAT when it comes down to vegetables. You cannot change my mind on this. Seafood enjoyers? I'm not that much of a seafood. Like, okay, I used to really not particularly like seafood, but it has slowly grown on me to the point where I'm I'll eat seafood, but it's never my go-to. Okay, I had my time. I'm gonna move past it. We'll be back for more of this tomorrow.